Hey, I'm on, and let's get started. This is Chess Cruncher TV. This is actually a game that I played as black. Oops, sorry, I gotta move down here so I can flip the board for you guys. So that let me come up here. Flip board. There we go. And I wanted to. Oops. Let me see. Oh, I did that right. Okay, good. I thought I didn't do that right. Okay. But what we're gonna be going over, guys, is how actually, guys and gals, sorry, how you can actually be almost in a losing position. You could be in a semi-losing position, and if you stay focused on the move at task, you can use the back rank to win the game. This is a game based on back rank tactics, and you'll get to see how I did make a little bit of error in the beginning, but I was able to use the principle from Jeremy Silman, the back rank unprotection of the king, to win a lot of material, and you'll get to see that. If you're wondering what this is an A&W diet A&W. So I like sometimes diet drinks. I know I had a diet ginger ale last time when I was on, and I like diet A&W. I have to admit it, I do. Okay, let's get started. Okay, D4, E6, that's what I played. C4, D5. So I'm playing an interesting. It's not really a French. It's the Howler Horwitz defense, and so I go really hard for the king side, because if he's at the castle king side, I want to break him fast and hard. I want to show my opponent that I'm here to play. I want the board to represent my attack. So I'm an attacker, so I want to early in the game have the board show that I'm in control, and that the other side, doesn't matter who it is reacting to me. And that's what I want. I want to be the one in charge. So make sure when you play games that you play moves that show that you're in charge. Don't be too aggressive. Don't be too passive. Don't be too positional. Be just right. I know that sounds like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, but you know what? In chess, sometimes that does apply. That's a little bit of chess humor. So, yeah, I think it's funny. So E3, knight F6. I was thinking about knight C6. The only issue is I have bishop C5. I mean B5. Excuse me. Bishop B5. If I did my knight there, would pin the knight to the king, and I really don't want that. I want the board to be played that the bishop's here. Then I could play my bishop to D7. D7 is important. So if he trades, I could either take back with my knight or my queen. Mainly, I'd probably take back with my queen in that situation. Knight D2. Knight comes up. He does pin. I play bishop D7. And I attack the bishop. He took. I take. And now the imbalance, will step back for a second, and I'm going to just get a sip 1 second. Sorry about the interrupt. Okay. We're going to step back for a second and look at the imbalance. What do I have that that the other side doesn't have? The other side has two knights and a bishop. I have two bishops and a knight. The person I'm playing against on the board, his side has a dark squared bishop but no light squared bishop. So if I can use my light squared bishop to its mass effect, I'll be able to take advantage. And my goal is to open up the center. I need to rip the center apart. so I can get my my two sniper guys ready to in position to just devastate the entire board. That's my goal. Rip the center open and dominate. Knight e5, pawn takes, e takes, knight, and it's really interesting because I actually wanted to I wanted him to take here, because if he took here, then I know my bishop's bad, and we're somewhat in a semi-closed position, and it's going to be a little bit difficult at this moment to break the center. This bishop has an idea of attacking. I can bring my queen here. Also, it allows me the ability to castle if I want, and there's the ability of pushing later on if his knight moves. This bishop to d6 has an idea, but the problem with bishop d6 is the dark squared bishop would potentially be captured by the knight. And if that happened, we would have somewhat of a different position. See, he has two pawn islands, here, here, and here. I would have one ginormous pawn island. Sorry, the pawn would be here. So I'd have all this. But I'd have one isolated pawn on a6, which potentially could be a weakness if a queen could get to a4. So you got to be careful when you decide to do moves. Each move, like Bobby Fischer said, you give a square to get a square, you give a piece to get a position. So just keep that in mind. He played f4, and I was like, hurrah. I was like, yes. Because what that allowed me to do is now I can implant my bishop to b5. b5 is killer. I now have the ability of stopping him from castling. When I played bishop b5, I was like, yes, my bishop's at its maximum square for right now. It's dominating. It's outside the pawn chain. In the French, this very similarly looks like a French a little bit. Openings, certain openings will actually flow into different openings, and the light squared bishop actually is bad in this situation, but because I got it to an open file, it is now really, really good. So I have two good bishops, actually good active bishops. Let me see. Okay, he plays c4. I take, he takes, and then I play bishop check. And what I do now is I kind of went into a semi think. I had to take a little bit of time. It's a 10-minute game. So what I decided to do was trade. Because if I trade here, I know it's I've weighed the odds, and I thought, you know what, my light squared bishop is strong enough now I know it's a bad piece because of how many pawns are on it, but it's so active that I want to get rid of his most active piece at the moment, which is his bishop. If I can get rid of that bishop, then that will cause a lot of problems in his position. He takes with the king. I play queen d5. My idea is to play takes, and then if he takes back, I'll take with the queen. So it has an idea also of a check. He plays queen d, and then what I do is I take with the pawn. He castles. I play rook c5. This is an interesting idea. He comes over, and I play back. This was a mistake. That was a blunder when I played here. I should have just played all the way back. That would have been a better move. I thought I could trade off. I'd be up a pawn, trade off, but in reality, it was a dire mistake because of knight to d6, and I was like, oh my word. Because what I had to do, I had to move up. He took with the queen. I took with the knight. He took knight takes knight, and so I'm down a piece. But if you notice something, one second. If you notice something, guys, though, look at this pawn structure. So sometimes, even though there's a bad sitch happening in the game, you can take advantage of the structure of your opponent. And so that's what I do. I don't want to play, I was thinking about playing here, but the only sitches that allows his knight to infiltrate in, this does two ideas. It attacks this knight, takes away this square. And so this knight has to move, which then these pawns become vulnerable for an attack. He goes D, and so what I do now is I'm paying his knight to his rook, the rook, temporary. His rook comes over. I'm now attacking the pawn on D4. If he does something, different, I can just play knight, rook takes pawn, and what happens is there's a double attack on here. There's my rook would be here, bishop, and rook attacks the knight. So that's why you have to look at weaknesses. Even if you're kind of down material, look for the positional weaknesses in the game, and you could take advantage of that. He plays knight c5. I come up because I'm thinking, you know what, I have to guard this pawn. He plays, and I'm like, what do I do? So I bring my bishop to D. Hey, just 1 sec. I will finish this game out, and then we'll do that. Okay, he takes, and I don't take back because this actually benefits me. This pawn being right there, because it shields. I know it kind of looks, it's kind of strange. Why don't you just take it? All right. Why don't you just take it? It's like, I don't want to take it because he can't check me here, and I don't want to. At this point, I don't want to give up any material. So I attack his rook. I force this rook to the point D2. Rook D2 was an important move because then it allowed me to take. And what happened is now this knight is pinned to the rook, and the rook can't get off. And what I can also do, if I wanted to, play rook takes c5, knight takes c5, then rook takes rook, and I'd have equal material again. My position would be so much better. I have a pass pawn. Yes, he has one, but it's not bothering me. I have an active bishop and rook, and so I'm sorry, no, I'm wrong. Active bishop and rook, because the rook would be there, and this knight will get dominated by this bishop. His king's vulnerable. Mine, it's kind of funny. It really isn't vulnerable. This pawn is vulnerable. And so if this rook ever moved off, this pawn would be gone, because I can really hammer this knight with all that combination of here. So I mean, sorry, here, here, and then there. Yeah, exactly. Rook comes sliding in. I was like, this right here is kind of the death blow to my opponent. It covers this knight, but it allows me to do a subtle maneuver. He takes there, and now I play bishop D. G6. What that does is it pins, and you'll get to see he made a vital error in back row preparations. He played right to A1, King A1, and that was the blow that set my position on fire for the entire game for victory. And I want you guys kind of to take a look at this and decide what to play, because it's really an interesting move that I have to play here to win. And I'll give you guys some time to put into the chat what you think the best move for black would be. I'll give you guys a little bit of time, because this is an important position for you guys to visualize. Bishop takes knight. That's interesting. Bishop takes knight. So you're thinking knight takes rook. Oh, yeah. That's correct. Yeah, rook takes d3. That wins on the spot. If if he takes back here, mate. If he takes back here, mate. So he has to do a flight square, then smack. I'm now up a whole rook, and I have a pass pawn, and I have a bishop that's just gonna destroy him, and it ends up destroying. What's wrong with bishop takes? Oh, really? There's really nothing. Well, the only sitch is, yeah, you don't get an extra. That is true, and this is pinned to the rook, and potentially you just don't get an extra. You like what Super Panther. Sorry. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, but I'll just call you Super. Is what Super said is correct. If you took, you win a knight, yes, but in this situation, you actually get to win two pieces, and it's just when you get to do that, it's like to the other side that's playing, it's like, wow, what I just do? And sometimes that'll throw them into a panic state, and they'll make more and more inaccurate moves, and then you can win a game that way. And it's not that you did anything; you just played the correct moves, and it made the other side feel flustered, and that they had to do something to make up for that. They'll have to justify why they played that in their mind, and sometimes by doing that, they lose the, yeah, exactly. I couldn't have said it better. It maximizes your options, exactly. That's the best. I was trying to find a correct word, but that actually is the best. It maximizes your attack, basically. Okay, he plays b4, and now I want to. My goal is, if I could start trading off pieces, I can basically win in the endgame. My opponent will basically resign, because it's just not going to be fun to play the position. But there's some players that'll play to the very end, so just be ready to play to the very end. So, never say that the position is going to end even if they lose a piece. Some players are really hard fighters, and they go to the very end. I've actually played some games where it came down to just a king and a queen and king, and I was able to win, but it was like 80 moves, like 78 moves. It was like incredible. But I ended up winning. So, yeah. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, yeah, rook takes. So I win a pawn, so I'm winning another pawn. It takes, and the more pawns I could win, the more in a kind of state of panic that my opponent gets into, because he plays great. I'm not going to say he does excellent, but I see tons of weaknesses. Now you get to see how the three pawns that I was talking about, even though I kind of made a mistake in the excuse me, even though I kind of made a mistake in the beginning, these pawns became weaknesses. Oh, cancel. Okay, okay, but like these pawns now are weaknesses. Okay, perfect. There, and then I move my rook up. Now, I should, now that I think about it, I think that probably was best. Because if takes, 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 and then he'll play either here. Then I have here. He could play there, but then I could sack my rook, and that's just crushing. Sometimes you don't have to keep material on the board. If you have a chain of pawns like this, it's basically over. Simplify down. Don't don't lose because of materialism. Just trade everything off. I have an end game that's basically winning. If he plays here, I just move my king over. This square's covered. This square's covered. He can't push his pawn because I take. So he's going to have to come over to d4, and then these guys start. Oops! These guys start storming down the board. This pawn's going to go. I'll have all these pawns, and it'll just be a wreck. I should have done that. I kind of even got a little materialistic, so I'm even to that. Hey, how you doing? And so yeah, that and I allowed him to kind of get some counterplay. I still could have played this. I don't know what I was thinking. I started reacting. Yeah, good. I'm glad. I reacted to this idea, and I was like, huh, because I was concerned if I played here. Hey, good. How you doing, Fox? Everything's going good. I reacted when I had an opportunity. That, like I said, this move was best. I should have played that. But then he got some counterplay with knight to b5, and oh, I did not want to play that. I had to. The a5 was okay because it undermines his knight. He can't take here because he'll lose. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, I'll just get through this real quick so you guys can see, because it's a really good game. I just wanted to show it to you, and with that, I took there, and that wins the game, because I'll just show you takes, and then takes this pass pawn, and that pawn's going. It's kind of funny. There was a pawn over here. Now there's a pawn here, so this is a over game, a dead game. All right. I'll do Donald first because he challenged me first. Then I'll play one game with you. Okay? Yeah, man. All right. Okay, come on. Don't lag on me. Don't lag. Don't lag. No. No, no, no. Don't lag. Okay. Oh no. Oh good. Ah. I was like, I thought the internet thing was gonna lag there. Okay. Let's stay focused on task here. Oh, this is just an A&W, Diet A&W, if you guys are wondering what it is. Let's see here. Okay, there. I'm just going to develop my knight. Okay, bishop. Okay. I don't want to bring the queen to a good square, so... Okay, so he's going to castle. Gotcha. Okay, I want to play here because I don't want to allow the bishop to come in or the knight to come in. So this is kind of a good structure for me at the moment. Everything looks good at this time. I look pretty strong, so I don't really see any weaknesses at this moment. So let's see. Interesting. Okay, so He's trying to double up here. Gotcha. Okay, there. It's attacking this square, the DE5 square. Okay. I'm gonna play Bishop D3. I think that's a really good move at this moment. It takes a pretty good central control and gives my bishop an active spot. Okay, the bishop is going to D7. Okay, dokie. Interesting. Let's see if he doesn't castle there. Okay. Gotcha. I see now what I want to play. Okay. Yeah, Queen E2. Yeah, that is pretty flexible. I see that. Yeah, now that I look at that, I think that was the best. Let's see, Queen E2. Let's see, what does that do? Huh. Yeah, I think that is best. Yeah, because I can't play there then. Snikes. No, actually, I think I could win a piece now. Yeah, that's, I'm not sure what I want to do for castling, because there's really not a big threat. Let's see, here. Takes. There, takes. Oh boy, I calculated this. I really hope this works out. Okay. Yeah, I'm just retreating back. I'm just getting out of there. The best thing to, yeah, just get out. You know what? I won a pawn. I'm happy. I may have to defend for a little bit, but I think it was Karpov and Alekhine, and I forgot another chess player. Maybe Von Bieniek. Maybe it was Steinitz. I'm not exactly sure. One of them said that if you can take a pawn and hold it and make it so that your whoever's playing on the other side has to constantly go after it, you then dictate the game. So that's kind of what I want to do. I want to make this pawn that I grabbed important in the game so that I can have the attack power. Right now I have a really good structure and we have an isolated pawn on the other side. So, ooh, interesting. Let's play back here. Hold this position intact. I don't want to interfere with the ability to castle. That's why I didn't go to D1. So you have to take consideration your move sequences. This should net me a pretty okay position here if I don't blow it. Gotta think positive. That's what actually. That's exactly what I was actually thinking. That's good. A good find there. That's actually what I was thinking. So yeah, the retreat has to happen because of that. Let's see. What do I want to play now? Hmm. Oh boy, 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 boy. Do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? Uh, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I don't know if that was best or not, but I want to get my position rolling. Probably it wasn't best, but I want to bring the attack. I don't want to spend a lot of time on ideas. I want to get there. I want to play. Looks like black can get. Yeah, that's. I didn't really. I didn't have enough defense to actually at this moment play e5. That'd be lovely though if I could, because then if I had another piece, guess castling long with. Yeah, that does. Now that I. Whoa. Interesting. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. That is a subtle idea. That's good. Very good. But I'm gonna handle that sitch. I know I don't know if that was total best, but I think that covers everything. At this moment, I think we're still okay. I need to now probably castle, if I'm not mistaken here. I need to get my king out of this, actually the queen out of this problem here. I think I'm still okay here. That was a good tactic, though. The Donald one. That was good. Oh, pawn e5. Yeah, that is a interesting idea. Pawn e5 is kind of, yeah. Now this is kind of forced. I got to do this. It's like a necessity. I do not want to have that much pressure on me. That's not fun at all. Now I can actually right. I wanted to play Harry, but it was just there's too much pressure in the center. Sometimes, like Simon Williams loves to push his H pawn. Sometimes you have to play positional in the London system, and I'm kind of learning that. I otherwise you get mated, and you do not want to get checkmated. That is not fun. Yeah, e5. That was a very nice move. Really nice move. Let's see, okay. Now the problem is for black in this situation though is he's got two very weak pawns on d5 and a6, so those will be a problem later on in the game for him if we can get to an endgame. Ooh, interesting. Nice. Well, the only stitch with f4 that I see is that the queen could come here with a check, and I really don't want to allow that to happen. I know that then this actually forces an attack on the queen, so we should be okay. Let's see here. Interesting. Yeah, I think you're right. I think probably I could have moved over. Yeah, now that I think about it, let's see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Da, 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 da. Yeah, this isn't very fun at this moment here. Yeah, this isn't a lovely idea here. For sure, not fun. Boy, 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 boy. What do I play now? Hmm. Yeah, that's what I was actually looking at. I was like, I do not approve of that. I don't like that idea. But I see now why f4 is actually a good idea. Oh boy. Okay. Let's get this rook activated here. I don't want to make any weaknesses if I don't have to. That was a good game. Yeah, that is interesting. I just want to check that out. I want to see. Okay, knight here. Let's see, let's see. I think rook, yeah. I think rook g e1. Yeah, time is. Hey, you know what? There is no loser. There's always learning. So never think of the game as a loss. There is no losing because it's all about. Oh wow, you're right. Snikes. Oh my, Snikes. Oh wow, wow. Oh, oh boy. Let me try. I'll try a 7 and 3 minute. I'll give that a try. Yeah, it was fun, very fun. We'll give this a shot. I'll do my best, so I'll give it my best. Uh, you know what? It's the the Lord's given me a gift to use, and so I want to share it with you guys. Let's see. That's the cool thing about chess players. Later on in their life, they do give back. So I thought, why not? Why not start? Why not give a little, earlier in life? Why at the end? Let's see here. Let's see here. But I'm glad you like it. Okay. First of all, take control of that. Oh, interesting. Very interesting there. Oh, cool. Yeah, let's give that a shot. Why not? That looks pretty forcing here. So let's see how we do. Oh boy. Don't like this. I don't like the sight of this here. So let's see what we can do. I'll give that a shot right there. That kind of looks pretty. That looks okay. Yeah. I don't know if it's best, but we'll give it a shot. Let's see. Gotta always look for the best move. I know that. Okay. Retreat the knight back. Let's. I'll play my bishop in there. Oh boy, boy, boy. Do not like this. Yay, yay. Let's see, what do we got here? I think I'll retreat back. I know that's probably, I know I'm going to lose this here. That's okay. Ouch. I do not like, let's get some water. Let's see. Knight takes e6. Excuse me. Pawn takes e6. Huh. I don't really. Well, let's see. Knight takes e6. No, that the rook can't take. Well, then I could play Yeah, that isn't it. That I was like, huh. I was thinking of something similar to that, but I was like, there's no follow up. If I had maybe a pawn, push here or something, but it's just his structure would open up the structure at this moment. I have a knight. Knights love closed positions, so worst that would happen is I'd lose my pawn, and I still have a well outposted knight. There's really no weaknesses at this moment in my structure, so my knight's also well placed on e2 as well. So this is an interesting situation for sure. Not sure if that's best. Boy, 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 boy. Maybe that's what I was thinking. I think that's a best. I'm not. Oh, for black, yeah. Oops. Gotta get to the right spot. Alright, I don't know if there's any way to really save that pawn. I hate to have to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't like giving up my pawn, but... Let's see. Yeah, I think I don't. Well, I don't think I'm up to another game, but I appreciate the offer about that, guys. Because I kind of wanna. I know this. I would like to end on a kind of like a positive. We're tied because this was a great learning lesson. Let's go. Let's analyze this game because I think I made a mistake somewhere. Let's see. Where did I? Because there is a spot I was looking at. Let's see where. I think it's right. Is it? It was right here, wasn't it? Oh, I appreciate. Yes, I thank you for playing with me and adding time so that we can. Oh, you want to analyze the game? Okay, let's try that. Most definitely. Let's send the game because your games are really good for teaching, Fox. Mine are okay, but there's some critical spots that I need to work in. Can you look at the pawn? Oh, F5. Right. Oh, so you're thinking about pawn here? Is that the pawn you're thinking? You said, can we look at pawn F5? Is this or which spot on? Let's see. Where at pawn F5? Because I wanted to answer that question. Pawn F5 for white. Okay. Which move was it? A few moves ago. Okay, let's see. Right about right here. Is it this after G? After G. There. Oh, after G6. Gotcha. So you're thinking this right here. F5 here. Is this the spot? Because I know I'm thinking if F5 takes rook, no, rook G3. Okay, let me see if I can find. Oh, right here. Gotcha. This one here, got ya. Okay, so you're thinking. Let's see, F5, pawn F5. Does he have to take? Let's see. Let's see what the computer says, because or the engine. Yeah, so he does take. Okay. Oh, sorry. That actually, you know what's interesting? The takes was correct, but that idea was, see, both ideas were good. This was good and that was good. So we both saw the correct move sequence. So either one of these moves was actually proper in that situation. So good find. And now we'll go over that the game that you sent. Excellent. Okay. Let's see. Which one were you? White or black? Oops, turn off the engine. I'm white. Okay, perfect. So you did English. Okay. I got an advantage, but an island. Oh, don't feel bad. I've done the same. So you know what? It's as long as you learn from it. It's all about. That's what it's all about. Because you don't. It's funny. You learn more. I know this is sounds funny. You learn more from your, I don't want to call them losses, because that makes negative intonations, but when the game doesn't go the way that you want it to go, and it kind of goes in the favor of your opponent, you learn more from going over those games than you do if you won. It's hard to do that because you have to put aside your self, your ego, and actually go over them, because then otherwise it brings up bad memories. But then you find those spots that you're weak at, and you're able to improve, and that's the point of chess, is to improve. Let's see, that's good. You're attacking the knight, pushing it back. Good. Okay. You're in a closed position, so you don't have to develop as fast. So it's not as important in development. If let's see, I saw some players do it maybe. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly it. Like if he plays a6, you always have you have that to lock the position down. So it's these pawns are actually not a weakness at this moment, because whatever move he plays, if he plays something like that, you're just going to take. So he's probably going to have to play either a6, something similar to that. Yep, a6. I was right. Yep. So far, so good. The structure, guys, if you're wondering, it's locked because these pawns aren't. I'll just put things around. Wait a second. Sorry. I gotta do this. I forgot there was this, because this pawn got traded off like that. Because this structure is like this here, it's a locked game. When the center's locked, the knights become super powerful. Of course, you guys already have that understanding from the sessions that we went over with Endgame Jeremy Silman. So that's why the pawn moves aren't bad, because it's closed. It's in a Jeremy Silman and a lot of the grandmasters call it static or dynamic. Dynamic is when all these guys right here are traded off and it's an open center. Static is when it's closed. It may take you, maybe it would have taken you 5 moves to do a certain thing in an open. It may take you 20, maybe 15, somewhere around there. So perfect. Yeah, everything's good, locked down. It looks good so far. Your bishops are on their best squares, and anytime this pawn, once these guys are gone, you just push, and then boom, it's right there. This is going this way, so you're at this moment your position is better. So you are doing, this is excellent play. So rook c1, still good. I put my visual juices. Yeah, it it works out good for at this moment. Let's see. Okay, you played knight e. 1 second. Sorry about that. Eyes are just a little dry. Let me see. I see why you didn't push e. Excuse me, e4, because you're planning on going d4 at the proper moment to rip this position open. I see that now. I saw bishop d3. Oh, you saw. Okay, I gotcha. You were concerned about here for castling. Okay. That is a yeah, that is a viable concern, because then you can't castle. So that does work. Now you're castled. What did he play? Oh, interesting. I don't know if that was actually the best. Well, yeah, I could see why Black wanted to open this position, because he wants to get his rook here. His bishop also guards the square that your rook would want to be on for b1. Okay, then you smack the center open. That's actually good. The opponent made a miscalculation at this moment. Rook b8 would have actually been better for black, because then it puts the pressure along this file. So remember, this is for learning for both sides. So if you see an open file like this, black needs to go along with their idea. If they're going to open up a file, take the open file. You know what I mean? Because the white can't really do anything at this moment. He doesn't have white doesn't have the ability to counter this file when this rook comes over here. So just keep that in mind when you see open files. Try to get control of them if it's viable for you to do. Okay, there. Yeah, that was good. Let's see there. Yeah, because if he takes here, he'll just snap that with the knight, and then now you have central pressure. Yeah, I'll take back with. Oh, okay. I like taking with the bishop because. Yeah, exactly. That's right. Doubling pawns aren't at this moment a good idea. So that's why, and he didn't want to implant your knight on a square that's so devastating that it wouldn't be lovely. But I'm not sure if what he played was correct though. Let's see here. I can see why though, because of yeah, he's going after the weak A pawn. I see that now. Queen comes in. Hey, dude. I'm glad you like the stream. So let's see here. Let's see. Okay, that attacks the knight. Wow, he is. I gotta say one thing. He is mobile, and he's taking his two bishops and making them very active. Black is. Let's see that. But yeah, like that. That's a really good move, because that attacks the bishop, and also allows, if you wanted to push. Oh, for a while. Yeah. Let's see here. Takes there. Okay, there. Yeah, let's see. I see. Yeah, I see that because that does attack two bishops, doesn't it? That's actually a really good. That's a really good move. Yeah, that is a really good move. I need to go on a little further. Yeah, there. Yep, you won bishops. That's you got to be careful when you attack, guys, because you may set up for a double attack like that. It would have probably been better. Let's see. Black should have at this point when he played his queen up. I know this sounds silly. He should have probably played rook b8. That would have been a better idea than going for this. I don't want to call it a cheapo, but a false attack or a fake attack because it costed him a piece. Rook b. I just wanted to show you what black should have played because we want to go along. Good move, best move for both sides. Best move would have been chess related question. What or is it about this game? Because it needs to be about we're going over a game, and if it's chess related to this game here, and it's nice and not kind of crude and rude, yes, you may ask it. But if it's not nice, we do not like not nice questions. So yes, you may ask. What is your question? But yeah, so. What about c5? Oh, c5. Interesting. c5. Okay, c5. Yeah. A takes. C takes. c5. I prefer white here totally. In my opinion, this is a really strong. Yeah. Well, I see now. I see why you're saying there. Then you take. I could see that takes here. Yeah, that is a interesting idea for sure. Because then a queen takes, bishop takes, and you could push the pawn with a discovery attack on the rook. So very sharp, very sharp because you have a more yeah exactly. I think yeah this would be interesting. He'd have to move his rook probably here. More likely that's the best because he wants to stop the push of the pawn. Huh. Interesting. Oh yeah, that's right. My bad. Forgot about that. You can bring a bishop there. Yep, the rook's gone. So you don't want to play that. Am I wrong there? That's a wrong move. Delete that for sure. So whoa. Where to put this rook, man? Where to put the rook? Ugh, that's disgusting. Sorry about that. Can you block this? This message is horrible. Okay, there we go. Let's see here. Oops. I apologize. Let's see. Come on, pull up there. Let's see. How do I do that? How come it's not working? I'll have my moderator take care of that. So moderator, if you're on, please, my friend, take care of this. Thank you. I apologize, guys. Okay. Yeah, I see. Oops. I see what that idea is, because I don't really think there's any idea for the rook to be safe, because if he plays well, I think this is the safest, because this knight covers the and then you do have yeah. Let's see here. I believe yeah, thank you so much for about that, guys. Thank you. Let's see. Probably rook yeah, c8 bishop b rook t. Oh, interesting. Yeah, you're right. Okay. That was you're right. This was correct. Now that I think about it, because you're 100% right. Because he plays here, then you play there. That's right. There. You got see. You have to even look a little further in this position. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, can you look at C5 with the engine? Gotcha. Okay. Oops. C5 with the engine. Gotcha. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so takes is right. Bishop, queen takes is right. Okay. So queen back. I just want to see what happens though if it takes. Then you take there. I just want to see this played out here. Okay. Okay. So you don't. Huh. That's different. So it's saying bishop. I could see why the computer's saying that, because okay, see now this is a stellar idea. Now this c4 c5 was a interesting. That was a really good idea for black, because but it also helped white, because now the whole idea is based on c6. So black has to, if black can win c6, he's got a really good position. Interesting. So we target e pawn with rook e. Let's see. Let's see here. So you're thinking, oh, rook d1, gotcha. So you're thinking rook d1 here, and then you target that on the on the second engine move. Gotcha. Let's see. Okay. All right. So after, so there takes. Okay, takes, and then rook d. Oh, okay, right. Is this the move sequence you're saying right here? Oops, is this the move sequence you're saying? We'll turn off the engine because that gets distracting sometimes. Am I on the right spot that you wanted to go to? Okay. Let's see. What would Do you think he would? He might play. Would you think he would play Rook A? I mean C8, Rook A C8, because then the threat of that is no longer available. So I think that might be best because now you're attacking it twice. You could always block it with C and then bring it over. Then bishop A. So you're saying bishop to A1. Or maybe, oh, I know what it is. I see. I gotcha. It's Rook A1. Gotcha. I see that. I see what you're saying now. Yeah. Gotcha. And then he'd have to retreat back all the way because he can't retreat here. He'd lose. Yeah, I think you guys are right. I think that is losing now that I look at that, because this pawn's gonna just get tore up. Yep. That is devastating for sure. C5, C5 has a ton of different variations, and if we can learn how to do this, you can set these positions up, and the other side, whoever you're playing, doesn't matter who, will have a problem calculating, and then you guys will know exactly how to handle it. Would you rather block? You would rather block with rook than bishop. So you could block. Yeah, that is a potential idea. I see what you're saying about blocking. You could block with the bishop. That is an idea. Still, the pawn falls. And I think white's just winning here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And you have there. Okay. Okay. I don't know if I would retreat my rook to e1. That's a computer idea. I could see why, but in this position, if bishop's played here, I would rather play f3 in my opinion. I know this does cut the line off of the bishop. I could see why now. The computer said rook e1. I think he was talking about another line where you play. Oh, rooks. Oh, okay. How far back did I? There. Oh, gotcha. I see. You're thinking about rook c. Okay. I think he's trying to double the c. Okay. Yeah. If somehow we can get this bishop out doubled here. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Yeah, this is not fun for black for sure. Put some pressure on. Yep. Let's see if we had here. You have this. Oh, that rook was not there yet. Okay. Oops, my bad. Okay, there. Let's see. Push. So if takes, yeah, you're gonna want to push. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. This is the rook, the c5 pawn move is very full of ideas. Do you have any more questions in here about do you have any more about c5? Anything, guys? Yeah, like, because we take here, takes there, there, and there, and I really don't see anything better than to push. But I can see the merit in playing like Rook D1, FD1. It does take in consideration the weak D6 pawn. Take with the bishop. Oh, interesting. Nice. I think that's an interesting idea too. Well. I don't know though, because I think this allows bishop to c7, if I'm not mistaken here. Because now he's barricaded your attack. This rook defends. Maybe potentially rook. Nope, you can't play rook b1, fb1 because of this bishop here. Maybe you could play a pawn there, and then you gain with tempo. He'd have to. Where would he go in this situation? Maybe, no, I wouldn't want to retreat back there because this is a more active square. So I'd probably play there. I'm just thinking what I would play. And then now you have rook b fb8, fb1, sorry. And then you could play rook. I'm trying to. And this, because this a rook fb1 has an idea of going right here. That's the main idea. But the problem with rook fd1 is boom, there's the knight. So we'd have to play. We can't play that pawn move now that I think about it. So yeah, see the only sitch with this here and then here is that I see that as like, wow, that well, wow, that is a mistake, isn't it? Because then you could, oh no, that would be even worse mistake. Rook C, I think rook C, rook BC1 is actually the move that, yeah, rook BC1, yeah, yeah. So that he can't take that. So that does actually work. So he'd have to come over. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that's a C5 does open a whole bunch of chain of ideas there for sure. Okay, let me see. Oh, interesting. Okay. So, okay. Okay. So here, 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 here. I gotcha. Yeah, then the bishop would have to move probably there. Then you have pawn push. Rook would have to move. You could play there. Huh. Then rook would take. Yeah, black's winning here. I think black's actually winning this game here because he's got this guy here. Wait, no, I miscalculation. I think this actually I think it may be a draw. Okay, B takes. Oh, yep, that's even better. That's better. Yeah, I missed that totally. I can't believe that. Yep, that actually is. Yep. Totally. Yep. Yeah. It is winning for black then. Whoa. Huh. Tide turns right there, doesn't it? Wow. No problem. Yeah, I sometimes I move a little, sometimes too fast. I'm constantly thinking, and so sometimes when I'm speaking, it's actually what's going on in my brain. So if you can verbalize what you want to do on the chessboard, sometimes it trains your brain to think that way. And it's funny, our brains hear what we say. I know that that sounds strange, but it's kind of it's good to get in a pattern of doing that. Let's see. I'm trying to. I don't really see any counterplay for white. I think this is lost. If I'm black, I don't see any real, because then you have bishop comes here. Well, that's actually a bad. Well, you could play. Oh, you can't play there because the not. Yeah. Wow. Not fun. Not fun for sure. You missed e5. e5. You missed e5 bishop. Oh, yep, yep. That's right there, right there. Yeah, I did miss that for sure, didn't I? Yep. Then you take here, here. Or maybe, I mean, maybe you don't have to take. You might want to take here. Here. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, because there then. I still don't think there's enough counterplay for this pawn. I don't. Okay, there. Okay, sorry. You were right about takes here. That was correct. Um, uh, so we'd probably take there. So at the end of the so at the end of this line, yeah, this is crazy for sure. So this, I think it's there. Boy, 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 boy. Ay. Let's see. Probably maybe takes and takes. Nope, that doesn't do it. That loses even more. So I don't really see anything better than probably takes. Yeah, then there. Wow, that is not a fun line for sure. For sure. Do you got any more? Anybody got any more questions that you want to go back to about C5 or any lines that we went over? Repeat, it takes. Yep. They just got a passed pawn here. Exactly. So it's he's a whole black would be a whole bishop up. And he's got enough. He can even sack this bishop if he wanted to for this pawn. Oh, how do... Oh yeah, because then you go there. Exactly. There we go. And there's no hope in the world for that, because you could just go there. Then if there, and then bye bye. Yeah, bishop. I see what you're saying about that bishop f5. That is a good. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That is it. That's a good idea as well. Yep. Because these two ideas here, um, this guards that. The king also allows a push. I see that. And if there's a check, he still could take. So king f8 goes with more of the classical principle of yeah. It goes reason king f8 is an idea as well is that it goes along with the classics of endgame. You develop your king, and there's really nothing that he can do. I see that. Easy win for black. Yep. Then put, yep, exactly. Either move. One activates the king. Bishop f5. King will get activated just later on. It all depends. But bishop f5 is also good move as well, because you're right. It does allow black to push this pawn sooner. I don't know which one I would play. I think I would go more, if it was me, probably more king, but it's also, I would consider f5 as well. Bishop f5. So yeah, it guards this square. That could happen. Then bishop there, or maybe rather than bishop there, maybe bishop here. Just hold on to that. See that's the only sitch I see with bishop f5 is that potentially could happen. But we're still okay because we got this rook here. We can move our bishop actually back here and then implant it there. So we then can go after... Oh, interesting. Rook e1 cuts off out the queen. Yep, yeah, I see what you're saying. Because if you go here, you have rook e1 and it cuts the king out. But rook d7, I think, handles that sitch. Yeah, I think rook d8 covers that sitch. Because then you'd have to go back here. Oh, wait a second. Nope, you can't. Yeah, you'd have to guard. You have to guard that there. Oh, rook a. Yeah, rook. You can't play rook a1 because you're exactly right. Rook a1 loses to takes, and this pawn's covered. So the only way to guard it would be that, and then now you can start getting your guy down the board. And if you needed to, you just play there, and there you go, and win, win, win. Yep. You got any more questions? Yep. Every move for whenever white loses in this situation, there's really nothing. As Jeremy Silvan would say, it'd be a good time to resign, but some players would just play on. So I've had one that just continued to play to the very end. So that might arise with you, when you guys play. Okay, so any more questions about c5, for black? Or was it white? Let me see. I gotta make sure. Oh, it's black. Any more questions? Oops. Any more questions on c5 for black? Would you, hey Fox, do you want to, you have any more questions on c5? Or would you like to continue onward? No more about c5. Would you guys like to continue onward with the game, or any more questions? Is it? No. Okay, perfect. So we'll continue onward. Is it okay if we continue onward? Yep, exactly. I agree. We covered it all. Okay. There. He lost. Yeah, he lost a piece. There, he loses a piece. So far, so good. Ooh, there's a fork. Oh, it's Fox's game, and he's playing as white right now. And we already talked about c5. Yeah, and so this is really interesting how one move can start so many different lines in chess. Okay, so when he forked here, you had a decision to be made on this. Gotcha. Let's see here. I see, yeah, rook d, that takes there. Rook d, yeah, rook d does cover that. Yep. And you're a whole bishop up. Yeah, so that's interesting. So then takes. Yeah, rook d2 when it's back here. After takes, after that, and then rook d2. You potentially could go f4, then all this stuff arises. Yep. Oh yeah, it does. That's one thing we have to always look at is the tricky knight. The knight is a piece that can come out of nowhere and smack, and there's a fork like that, and it's like, oh, why did I move there? Why didn't I, move over here? It looked safe and it looked attacking. So let's see, what can we play here? Probably rook a. I'd probably play rook c a3. Rook a3 I think saves the game if I'm not mistaken here. Yeah, rook a3 is the right move, I think. Let me see what the computer says. I believe rook a3 is correct. Yep. Yep, rook a3. Because the fork, he wins a pawn, but if he takes here, you can just take back here. And if he moves, let's see, where could he move? He can't move here because you have a pawn stopping there. You also have a bishop. Takes is maybe what, well, he doesn't want to trade because he's down a whole piece. Rook b8. Okay, rook b8. Okay, so I should not be scared of rook a3, rook b8, rook infiltrating into here. That is an interesting predicament, but if I'm not mistaken, nope, that's not a move we want to do. Let's see here. Probably maybe queen c7, and nope, that's not a good move either, because that allows for that. Now that I think about it, let me see here. Maybe here. That might be an interesting idea. Queen. I'm not sure, because I see what you're saying, because you have this idea here. You have that idea. You also have this idea there as well. Okay, I'll go back to c2. The only problem with c2 is that there. So that loses a piece. So we looked at A. There. So we looked at a3. Here. What does it say for white? Oh, so oops, wrong. So bishop f2. Okay. No. So how far back are we? How far back is that? So let me see. So there. Maybe. Oh, I got you. So not c2. Let's see what could we have actually played here. I see what maybe d1. What do you d1 might work here, because then if takes, then you can take that. Wait a second. That's then he'll retreat. He can't retreat back here. Can't retreat there. Can't retreat here. So he's gonna have to retreat here. Then he takes there, and I think you're fine at this point. That's covered. Can't play there. Wow. Just a subtle, the rook c2 changes the whole game, huh? If rook d1, that's a tide turner right there, man. Tide turner for sure. Oh, rook rook c2, and then knight. So rook c2, knight d5, f4. Oops, not f4. Here, f4. Bishop takes. Okay. I'll take on e3. Okay, take on e3 first. Then bishop takes, right? Bishop takes. Then what after bishop takes, do you think? What do you think black's gonna, so you're saying he's gonna have to move his bishop, so f5. Bishop, sorry, let's see. First E, then, okay, E3, takes on E3. Okay, takes on E3. But then, okay, first, okay, takes on E3. Bishop there. Okay, F5. Bishop F5. Okay. Rook C3. Knight D5. F4. Interesting. Knight takes. Huh. Not sure. Let's see what the computer. Oh. So it gives you a pawn advantage. Interesting. That is an interesting line for sure. Huh. You guys have any more questions about that, or do you want to continue on with the game? Does anybody have any more questions about this this right here? Let's see. About here. Does anybody have any more questions about rook to a3? I'll continue. Gotcha. Okay, will do. Takes. Still good. You're still fine. Takes. D4. Nice. Still good. Still good. I know why you have to play H3 is importantly played, because that would happen, then bishop, and then rook takes. So H3, guys, is a forced move for white. It's not just a move. So check would be, then king moves. Ooh, ouch! This isn't fun. The rooks are not fun for sure. Yep, exactly. I was looking at h4. So h4 idea. Okay, then checks. And then g5. It takes, and then your knight has to move. Yep, I see what you're saying. So that's forced there. Check. Beautiful. Yep. So, okay, so what you're saying here. So you're saying on h4, rook b1, there, here, takes, there, h6. He can't push this because of that, so he'd probably have to play g4 to hold this position. I think you're still fine even in this position with doubles. You just have to move your, well, actually you can't do that, can you? That hurts bad. That is not fun. So how could we deal with that? Oh, it not bad at all. Here, that handles that sitch. There we go. Yeah. Great game, Fox. Thank you for sharing that with me, and I mean sharing that with us all. I appreciate that. Well, with guys, I have to log off for my studies and works tomorrow. I appreciate you all logging on. We're talking about chess improving, so keep up the good work, guys, and I'll see you guys later on, alright? As Wesley So says, serve the Lord Jesus, and as I say, God bless, guys, and I will see you next time on Chess Cruncher TV. Have a great night, guys. Study hard, and thank you, Fox, again for all the games. Bye-bye, guys.